Look, she don't like me this close. Look at her. She's like, I will jack you up, dude. I'm tired of you filming me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Devine Reptiles. Today we got another special treat with you, the butthead beautiful iguana. That's right. Never forget the first word, butthead, because that comes before beautiful. And in this video, I'm going to give you 10 reasons why these butthead beautiful reptiles do not make such great pets. Let's start from the bottom. Number 10, the tail whip. Let's see, she might do it. The tail whip, brutal. This thing right here, if you look at that, that is literally about 3 foot of just, I mean, whipping. It is probably one of the most painful things you'll ever feel, especially when an iguana gets this big or bigger. And just so you know, they're all notorious. Like they were born to do it. It's like an iguana's like, look, let me tell you something. If there was ever something I was ready and born to do, is to whip your face off. And they will, especially in the wild. You come across one of the best videos I've ever seen. Guy went to get an iguana off the top of a car, thought he was the man. That thing was like, whoosh, it's probably like a 7-foot iguana. Looked like it got hit by a baseball bat. She literally makes me feel like I've been whipped by some bull whip. I'm telling you, and they are so good at it. But she's behaving today, so that's right. We're gonna take these moments. Brings me to number 9, enclosure. The thing about iguanas is that they get big, all right? So when they get big, it's one thing if you have to build an enclosure, for example, like a tegu. Tegus like to burrow so you can keep it low. But iguanas like to climb, they like to get in water, they like a ton of room. So when you're thinking about having an enclosure for literally a 6 to 7 foot dinosaur, by the time they're done, it has literally got to be about 7 feet tall. You're looking 5 feet wide. Gosh knows how long it has to be. They got to be able to climb inside of it. At the same time, you got to keep the humidity right and the water right and the temperature. They got to have basket bulbs, lights on, lights off. Enclosures are a pain. Thank God I have my wife who is beautiful at building things. Yes, better than me. That's okay. That doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there. But enclosures, I'm telling you, are number 9, because a lot of people get these little beautiful lizards and they're like, yeah, they're like about this big to her, about maybe not even half the size of his head. And next thing you know, you got a full-grown dinosaur that wants to climb and whip your face off. She's like, that's too close. Number 8 is speed. And what I mean by speed is how fast these reptiles are. For example, right, my snakes, I can put my snakes all in my yard. I can literally have all 6 of my snakes in this yard. I don't have to worry about a thing. My bearded dragon, I bring her out here, I put her in the yard, not a problem. My tegu, maybe right now, a little bit of a worrisome, but as it gets a little bigger, I can let him roam. This reptile right here, I will never be able to let in my yard, ever. It's not gonna happen. She is so fast. And the problem is that not only is she fast on the ground, but as you can tell, there is nothing but woods behind me. The second this this lizard hits a tree, it's gone. Right here, she's actually being great, but just so you know, I am a little cautious. I'm very aware of her body language, and at the moment, she is just chilling and enjoying a beautiful day here. Number 7, let's just bundle it all together. The necessity for humidity, temperature, calcium. These reptiles need a lot, okay? They need very high humidity. They like that tropical weather, that tropical atmosphere, which is one reason why they're so great down in Florida. But what you doing? Look, I'm talking about you. Chill out. But they need a lot of it. The temperature. The temp is a very hard thing to control as well. They need that high temperature. So they need the heat. They need the high humidity. But the other thing is the calcium. They need calcium in their bones. And since they only eat the vegetables and things like that and fruits, the greens, it's hard to get that in captivity. So therefore, if you look in the description, there is a link to a calcium that we use, that we do put on her food, because if not, literally her bones can just not work like they're supposed to, and ultimately it can lead to death of your iguana. Number 6, I put the glove on because you can tell she's getting a little feisty. This just gives her a little security. But number 6 is that you have to feed them every day. Snakes once a week. The tegus, the bearded dragons, obviously the older they get, you're looking at maybe every other day, 3-4 times a week, and things like that. Literally, this iguana, let's be honest here, it ain't weed. my wife meal preps for her every week, every day, so that she has everything she needs. Iguanas are very picky, so feeding every day is definitely a pain when it comes to these iguanas. Number 5, telling you this is a big one, I've said it in every one of my videos with her, is their poop. Their poop contains salmonella. Salmonella will make you extremely sick, and a lot of people don't know that. To be honest, every time you handle your iguana, you should wash your hands before you eat, before you touch your face, before you touch your mouth. I said it on a past video. Treat an iguana like you would the COVID. It's the same thing, and it can make you sick, and especially when you got kids like me, babies and things like that. You definitely don't want that to get into your system. And honestly, it should probably be another one, is when they poop or they pee, it is a lot. Yes, it is so much. You poop more than I do. Their poop, it is a lot. It is messy. We have her in that enclosure, and I'm telling you, she gets down on her little hammock and she props her butt up, and literally it goes all over everything. And not only are we have hardwood floor, we got cardboard, we got all the stuff down, we're having to clean all the other enclosures that are over there beside her. It's a it's a disaster. Come on. Hey, you're being good. Here, I'll hold you. Okay. Number 4, the power. The power behind these beautiful butthead reptiles is honestly, sometimes you underestimate it. I mean, their legs are literally nothing but solid muscle. If you look right here, okay, a lot of people talk about this, and how you can tell an iguana is pretty healthy is how thick and fat this little stretch is right here. I mean, when you squeeze this, you can tell literally it is just pure muscle through here. Their jaws, you know, a lot of people don't talk about their bite because they're not necessarily always known to be biters. However, when an iguana gets a hold of you, they're used to shaking the leaves, and they have a lot of very sharp teeth. So it's not just a bite, it is a bite and shake. And so these jaws right here are, you know, when you look at it, you're like, oh, maybe not too bad. Back, her legs, her nails, her fingers. I mean, if you think about it, these nails and these fingers will literally scale that tree before you could blink your eye. Very, very powerful lizards, very powerful reptiles. Just something to keep in mind when you get it. Number 3, honestly, my worst thing, their nails. Every iguana I had has tore me up. I remember back in my days when I used to work at a restaurant, I would hand people plates and they would give me this look because literally it looked like I was like slitting my wrist. And I wouldn't be like, nah, I got an iguana. But the nails are an issue. Why my kids don't like to hold her. Honestly, I don't let anybody handle her, honestly, in my family, except for me. My wife obviously does. It's not a problem. She doesn't really care for it. But I don't let my kids or any of the reptile shows and stuff like that we do. They just can't handle her because, honestly, the main reason is because of these nails. Number 2 is just the size. I've kind of touched on a little bit of all of it, but the thing is that the size is just an issue because then it requires everything else to come with it. You're looking at a reptile or a lizard that is literally going to push 5 to possibly 6.5 feet long. That's a big lizard. And then I'm gonna tie that. So number 2 is their size. Number 1, their personality. Their personality is generally awful. Yes, there are some people that have amazing iguanas that are pooping in litter boxes, coming when they called, and do all of this. But when you combine their size with their butthead personality, it can be a task. So, you know, it's one thing if you got a little gecko or something like that's a butthead and he wants to be bitey, you can take it and you got him in your 2 hands. You're not doing that with an iguana. You might do that with a baby. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not doing that with her. It's awful. Jay at Prehistoric Pets, I said it before, he said it best. 10% are awesome, 10% are awful. Good luck with everything in between. Look, here's the thing. I know that I probably give these guys a bad name, but it does. I just want people to know that it takes a crazy, loving reptiles person to own an iguana. And I hate that people get these guys. Honestly, that's why I got her. Somebody had her that shouldn't have had her, and now I got her. And I love these guys because they are a challenge. I would consider these guys an intermediate keeping reptile for everything that I said. However, they are beautiful. As you can tell, I mean, she's been awesome since we've been filming. She hasn't been her typical self, which can happen. You can get them out, you can handle them. I know that I give them a bad name, but they are beautiful and they can be worked with. I just want to let everybody know that they're not for everyone and things to keep in mind. But like I always tell you guys, reptiles, in my opinion, are the most beautiful, most amazing creatures on our planet. So love them, respect them, however it is that they come, however bad nor good that they could be. Right? Right, my friend? She's like, dude, it's too close. It's too close. And until next time, baby.